Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. It's a beautiful day and we are digging out tile tools to get started on the backsplash today. Chris, I think, is going to go and clean out the chicken coop first. Lots more material for the garden to be tilled in, but we are going to get started on those tiles. So it means digging out a lot of tools, finding all the right stuff that we need. Need a lot smaller trowel for these tiles because they're so much smaller, and the big one for the 4 that are going in the bathroom. So anyway, it's a beautiful day. There's still lots of snow on the ground, but it's warm and sunny and no wind. So we're going to get started on that today. I am so excited about getting these tiles done. But anyway, before I go outside, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and share this video with your family and friends. We sure appreciate it. Can't tell you how much we appreciate the help. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and let's go get started. Chris got these little boards painted too, so the only thing he needs to do is find, he had to redo these so many times because he was doing them outside and the chickens kept fluffing around them and getting sawdust and everything on them. But the one thing he does have to do is find screws long enough to go through these and into the wall. So he will have to drill holes for the screws that come with the handles to adhere the handle to this, and then I'll show you what this is going to look like. So there's the black handle on the black wood, and then that's going to go on the wall here. If you've watched the previous videos, this is going to go on here. And then I'll be able to hang my little baskets on there. So I think I'm probably going to start from up here because I think I'm only going to be able to get 2 on. I bought 3, but I'll use the other one somewhere else because I might end up with one of my other mixers here. I brought my KitchenAid out here, and I think that'll be its home. But I have a pink Ankerstrom mixer. I think it's from Sweden, I can't remember, but I will want to maybe keep one of those out too because it works differently, and I really like it too. So I just want to mention another thing. I was so excited about going to IKEA to get the cabinets for the bathroom. We got there and I need to start checking my order numbers. The girl that ordered the hinges and those bathroom cabinets put the hinges on a separate order. So the message that I got, the text message saying that my stuff was in, was for 2 packs of hinges. Imagine driving more than 2 hours round trip to get hinges. I was not happy. So now keep in mind, you know, it's not like I was grumpy with the girl. It's not her fault, the girl that was serving me when I got there. But just so you know, I think the order should have been put all on one order because then you get a message saying all of your parts are in. I got a message saying all of my parts were in, and I thought the cabinets for the bathroom were in. So that was really annoying, especially given the time. You know, it takes up a whole day by the time we get everything done, and you know, driving 2 hours, more than 2 hours round trip to get hinges. So I did end up getting an extra set of hinges to do that door over there. That was my screw up. And then the other thing is they had the doors for those bathroom cabinets, but not the cabinets. So I have the shelves and the doors, but no boxes. So I still can't get those done. Now, I wanted the shelves for here, and they didn't have the shelves for here. So really, you know, I'm still kind of stuck. I thought I was going to be all done here, and I'm not. So the other thing is I asked about why the shelves weren't spec'd for those cabinets, and she said, oh, we don't do that anymore. They don't spec any shelves for any of the cabinets. You know, that's kind of silly. She said because you can put drawers or anything in them. I think given that those are clearly just cabinets without any, like on my kitchen drawing, the shelves obviously should be spec'd for them. So this is something that, I mean, I've probably done 20 IKEA kitchens. This is definitely something new because this is old hat for me. So very annoying. And I honestly do think that they're doing it to keep the cost down. So you think you've got your whole kitchen and it's X amount of dollars, and then you end up having to go back and get all of this stuff. Because clearly they didn't do that with the drawers. The drawers were drawers in the design, so they spec'd all the drawers and the drawer fronts. So why would they not spec shelves for cabinets? And the shelves are really very inexpensive in comparison to the, you know, the price of the whole kitchen. It's just that you can't finish your kitchen without them. So just thought I'd mention that because, again, when it comes to the text messages and going to get stuff, you're not getting sometimes what you think you're getting. But again, I didn't check my order number. So note to self, again, my mistake. It's really a matter of getting with the program the way they're doing it now. That just hasn't been the case in the past. So I just thought I'd mention that. Again, cranky old bag is annoyed, but I really think that this isn't really the way they should be doing things. But I thought I'd mention that. Anyway, let's stop whining and get on with the day. Chris is setting up the tile saw. He'll have to get water in it. And then we'll figure things out here. Measure those big tiles, make sure we cut those in the right place and the right length. The other thing I didn't get, I remembered I've got some mirrors that I bought at work a long time ago, and they were really inexpensive. They've got gold frames, but I think I might just spray it chrome. Again, save $40 or $100 or whatever the mirror might cost. So another thing that will save us lots of money. And while we were in the city yesterday, Chris ordered a biscuit joiner. And he's going to use that. So we're holding off. That's why we're doing the tiles now. We're holding off on finishing the doors or getting started on the doors because he wants to use a biscuit joiner to join all the pieces together and make it much more solid so that it won't warp and twist as much. Anyway, it's going to be really fun doing those doors. I'm really excited about that. But because I think, again, like I said before, it's something that can save people a lot of money. And I think that's what people are really interested in these days. So let's get started with the tiles, and the doors will be done another day after we have the right tool. So Chris has got the tile saw set up and ready to go. He's got the Schluter on the wall already to start here. Schluter. And I'm just going through the tiles to lay them out so that I don't end up with some of those funny half red ones. They're all a little bit sparse when it comes to the red, but I don't think it's going to show as much once I get it on the wall. Some of them, like I said, were really bad, like this one. So I want to put those ones up underneath the cupboard or use them the very last. Some of them aren't too bad. But yeah, they're not as red as I had hoped. But, you know, like I said, they are handmade. That's just the way it is. See that one? When you hold it up to the light, you can really see how much is missing when it comes to the red. So I'm having to go slow and pick through them because of this. These ones I'll put this edge right up underneath the cupboard, and then it won't show so much. But it is going to slow us down a bit. So you'll notice we're using this trowel this time, rather than the big notch trowel we used for the big tiles, because you don't need nearly as much adhesive to do this one. So we're just going to do a section at a time, and because the adhesive dries out pretty quickly and you don't want that happening either. It looks nice. This is what we call good from far. You can't see that some of those tiles are clear on the edges. So Chris only had to cut those 2 tiles, and he's just realized that the tiles are going to come right here too, so he's not going to have to cut anything on this side of the electrical outlet. We'll see when we get to there. Sometimes, you know, you end up having to cut every single tile around them. So now our next dilemma is we have run out of spacers. We only have this many of that particular size, so we're just going to let this dry a bit before we start stealing spacers from this side, because these are really tricky to do. You can see how the corners are so rounded, so it's really hard to keep these going straight and not ending up with huge grout lines in some places. The thing is, once the grout is in, you'll see how big the grout lines look, and it's because the corners are rounded and the tiles are so thick and rounded on the edges. So that's why it looks like I'm putting a tiny grout line, but it will be quite a bit of grout actually. And this ended up being almost centered here as well. I might end up trying to do something with that other black handle, maybe hang some coffee mugs or something up here, I'm not sure. We'll figure out what to do with that extra one. But I'm really happy with the way this is looking. So I went over these and just pushed them in really hard to make sure they're squished on there really good. And that way when we take those spacers out, we won't have to worry about them moving. There's not much weight to those. But meanwhile, what we're going to do, Chris has the large Schluter cut for these tiles. So we're just going to go ahead and cut these bathroom tiles and get them installed while we're letting that stuff dry in the kitchen. That looks like almost like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, do the notches, make sure it's big enough.
I think it's that powder on there too, eh? thought I'd mention too, Chris is screwing the wall where he's putting the tile on. He did that over here where the wood stove is too because of the weight of the tiles. Don't have to worry about this one too much because it's sitting on the counter as well. But this wood does move a lot with shrinkage. So we started to have some problems. These tiles over here where I stole the spacers from did start to slide down. I didn't think they would. So we're just going to leave this section for today, and then we'll have the spacers to continue along there tomorrow. But what I am going to do, I just want to remind you to take the adhesive off that's on the wall here, because you don't want that drying on there and making it really difficult to get started with the next ones. Put fresh adhesive on. So I'm going to leave the backsplash tiles alone for today and continue tomorrow. Normally I would have been able to get that all done in a day, which makes me cranky. But we don't have enough spacers, which is really silly. I should have got some in the city yesterday, but I didn't think to check which spacers I wanted to use. We had lots of the other size, but not those ones. So, and that's the size I wanted. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue with these tiles because there's only 4 tiles to put in place. So Chris has drawn a line on the wall where the adhesive has to stop, where the Schluter will go, and we're going to put these 4 tiles on. That way we can get the sinks installed. These aren't broken ones, are they? Not too. I won't stick them too hard because we got to get the Schluter in there, right? I think that's big enough, eh? The space? Okay. This one's yours?
No.
No? This one's yours.
Too bad.
Yeah. So now stick the Schluter in.
Schluter.
Well guys, that is it for today. We've done as much as we can do because now the adhesive has to dry, of course, and I don't have enough spacers. So what I'm going to do tomorrow while Chris is up at Bob's is do the lower part, the lower 18 inches, and leave this part up here. I should have enough spacers to do down here. I'll get those tiles stuck on, except for the ones that Chris needs to cut, and then I'll do this part the next day. But all in all, I'm happy with that. I love these tiles. They're so bright and cheery, and it just reminds me of, you know, like a 50s diner. And I love red anyway, so it fits in well, and I'm really happy with it. Looking good so far. But we're done for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your family and friends. We'll see you next time.